Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Viviana, a graphic designer based in the UK. In today's video I want to show you how to draw a dog from scratch in Illustrator with no experience in drawing. I'll guide you through each step along the way and give you tips and tricks on how to improve your techniques. So whether you're a pro or a beginner, please watch along, and I really hope you're gonna enjoy it. And as a bonus, I'll show you how to draw dogs in different positions. So let's get started. Alright, so before we get started, let's set up our workspace in Illustrator by creating an artboard. It's your choice of which size you want. And then let's head over to a web browser and then find some photo references for our dogs. Now let's head over to Google. I'm just gonna type sausage dogs. I want to draw sausage dogs, and then I will try to find them in different positions. So this is a good picture, this is a good one, and this one as well. Just try to find around 3 to 5 pictures in different positions. You can obviously change the breed, choose which dogs you want, but for this video I'm going to choose sausage dog. And then I will just save the pictures that I want to draw. Now you could also draw them on the paper and then bring them back to Illustrator. Let's bring the pictures in Illustrator and just putting them on side. Alright, let's choose one of the pictures that we want to start with. And I'm going to start with this one. Keep it on the layer and then lock it, and I'm gonna draw on top on the new layer. Now zooming in, the picture is not perfect, but we're just gonna get a reference out of it, so we're just gonna use it as an outline and for some shadows. And before we get started, we need to make sure that our pencil tool options are set up correctly, and if you double click there, it will get you to this options panel, and in here it depends on you how you want to change it, but this is what I chose for my pencil tool, and press OK when you're ready. Now we are ready to start sketching. We have gathered everything, and let's take the pencil tool and start from any point you want, and then just drag it over the outline of the dog. So firstly we will just go over the outlines of the dog, and later on we will add more details. Here the paw is missing, so we can try to imagine the direction of the paw. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm using a mouse from Apple for drawing this, but usually I use a drawing tablet, and I find that that one is much better. But for this video I wanted to keep it simple with the mouse. I could definitely improve my skills with the mouse, so it's a good practice for me as well. Let's just create the outlines. One of the things that is really important is not to copy everything exactly like in the picture. So you do take your references, but it's best to try and add your own elements and ideas. And that's just in case you don't copy something 100%. Another good advice is not to use any pictures from other designers. So try to find real pictures. In case you don't know how to add your own style to it, then it's fine to copy them 100%, but you cannot copy other people's work. That's why real pictures are fine. Now let's make the outline a bit better. Let's try to trace it over and see what we can improve. If you have some harsh lines here and there, we can use the smooth tool, which you can find here under the pencil tool, and we can just go over there and then click a few times. This will actually simplify the path and it will make less points, these red points that you see. It will also make a better curve. But try not to overuse it, as it will kind of change the whole aspect of the design. Another good tip is to use the direct selection tool, and as you can see, you can make the curves not pointy, and you can change the direction of the points however you like. Also, you have these little handles in here that you can edit and then move them around as well, like so. Alright, so we are done with the sketching of the outlines. Now let's try to add some color and some shading. Now we have the outline of the dog, and we can change it to a full shape in here, and we can see how the dog looks like. I think for now it looks great. Let's change its color to a brighter one, and then put it back on a stroke, because we're gonna do the shading now. And take your brush tool, pen tool or pencil tool, doesn't matter, whatever you feel comfortable with. I feel comfortable using the brush tool for the shading. And I like to use this brush in here, it's called charcoal. If you don't have it there, you can find it in the brushes panel, in the artistic and charcoal pencil, and in here you can find a whole variety of them. I like it because it gives it like a really real look, and I like that a lot. It looks like you're actually drawing with a pencil. And now I'm gonna draw the shading around the ear. You don't need to go really realistic about the shading, because this is more like a your style of drawing. It doesn't have to be realistic unless this is your style. And we can actually go back to this color just so we can see, and we can change the colors later on. Now let's make the eyes, and the dog's eyes are not really round, so we will try to create that effect, kind of like an almond shape, and then just go around there so it looks like an eye. Now let's go for the nose. As you can see, I was going out of the lining here. I don't really mind, because I want it to look more artistic and not very realistic. I'm going to draw the mouth, and just try to draw it in your way and see how it goes. Another tip with this brush is that you need to be careful, because sometimes it doesn't create a uniform look, so it's gonna be skinnier in one side and then wider in the other side, so it does matter how you use it in which direction. Okay, I'm just gonna do the inside shadings, and then later on I'll show you how to do the outlines and a few more details. So I can see that this leg naturally has shadow in here. And we need to do the chest as well, so it's kind of obvious. You need to do it in your style, in your way. It doesn't have to be anything perfect, and we'll have a look later. Now that I have created my inside shading, I'm gonna select all of them and change the color, because naturally they will be darker. And let's say this is a good color, and if you go back, they do look different. Okay, now we have our dog. We're gonna change it to this. Okay, now we're gonna change our dog to this. And as you can see, it already looks really nice. We don't need our photo reference anymore. And I'm just gonna draw the outside. Just try to see where you can find the natural shading and just create some outlines. Here and there. It doesn't have to be everywhere. Or if you like it, you can try that too. Okay, I'm really happy with the way it looks like, and now I'm going to add some texture. And I did show that in a previous video, but I am going to show it again. So in order to draw inside a shape, it has to be a shape. It cannot be anything else. It cannot be a stroke. It needs to be a perfect shape. And if you go here, you can put on draw inside and then take your brush, make it much bigger. To use this brush that I have in here, I'm not sure if it's in the default Illustrator brushes. I'm gonna take the same color as a dog, put it on a stroke and make it just a bit darker. Reduce the opacity and make it much bigger. And this is gonna make it look like you drew it in real life on a paper. Okay, so this is how to draw a dog in Illustrator with no experience in drawing. As a bonus, I want to show you how to draw the other dogs in different positions. We will use the same techniques learned earlier, but with a few adjustments in order to capture each dog's specific feature. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
We'll turn this around. We'll turn this around.